Today is Friday, July 12th, 2024, and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne, Cornelius, and thank you so much for joining me in the program for today. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. And you are listening to The Edge, which is also being carried live on ZIZ TV and our social media platforms. ZIZ Online via our YouTube channel and ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation via Facebook. Thank you for joining me. When we open the phone lines later, you can call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. Those are the numbers you call to lend a contribution or lend your voice to the conversation at hand. You can also leave a comment via the Facebook or YouTube page, and I will do my best to get to those comments or questions that you may have left there. It's the end of the week. Some of you are glad, some of you are sad, but let me say, well, it is what it is. End of the week. You worked hard this week. You toiled, as some would put it, and so it's now time for you to relax and enjoy the weekend with family, loved ones, friends, or whatever you plan to do, however you plan to spend your weekend. It's a new day, and we ought to be grateful for this opportunity to be alive, considering what is happening around the world, with the many challenges. And today you're here, today you're gone. And so it's always a blessing to be, let me say, in the land of the living. And I look forward to engaging with you, the listeners of this program. Today, I want to have an open discussion with you, the listeners, giving you the opportunity to call and lend your voice to raise any topic of national importance to St. Kitts and Nevis. The discussion we had this week, I would say, was quite interesting. I think the callers made very solid points. Yesterday we spoke on a number, about two matters, and throughout the week we had very fruitful and healthy discussions. And some of those discussions that we had, I think, is definitely worth following up on, in terms of having an expert coming in and giving their take on that subject matter and allowing you, the callers, to give your contribution as well. But I truly appreciate the feedback, and I truly appreciate the difference in opinion. It doesn't mean that I have to agree with everything that you say, or you agree with everything that I say. But as long as we are able to have a meaningful and a healthy conversation that is objective and one that is, factual, because we don't want to be in the business of just putting out information as we get it and not being able to verify the information. But nevertheless, a great week, great conversation, and I do look forward to hosting this program each day and engaging with you, the listeners of this program, here in St. Kitts and Nevis and in other parts of the world. There are people listening from the U.S. mainland down the islands. We have people from as far as France. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me here in the program for today. Before we open the phone lines, however, to take calls, looking at what is happening in the region and on the international scene, but in the region, I came across an article from Grenada, where Grenada apologizes to the Cayman Islands over job opportunity statement. The Office of the Prime Minister of Grenada has apologized to the Office of the Premier of the Cayman Islands and renounced and retracted a Government Information Service GIS media release. The release stated that, quote, the Premier is extending an invitation to Grenadians who wish to work in the Cayman Islands to return with her on Tuesday, July 16th, 2024, end of quote. The Office of the Prime Minister says no such offer was made during the courtesy call made to the Prime Minister of Grenada by the Premier of the Cayman Islands. During the call, the Premier expressed solidarity with the people of Grenada on the devastation caused to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, and offered relief assistance to Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Cayman Islands Premier and a delegation will visit Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Tuesday, July 16th, 2024, to deliver aid relief to both islands. Dickon Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, expressed his profound and heartfelt appreciation for the material support and solidarity shown by the Premier and her government and the people of the Cayman Islands during this challenging time. I want to know, how did such a statement get out, and who could have made such a mistake where you're saying there's a job opportunity and inviting people to? That's wild. That's really, really, really wild. I want to know, how did such a statement get out? But the office of the Prime Minister in Grenada has apologized to the office of the Premier of the Cayman Islands, and they have renounced and retracted the statement that was made. Still on the regional scene, we have been following the developments as it relates to Hurricane Beryl in terms of the assistance that has been pouring in from countries, organizations, agencies from across the region for those countries that have been hard hit, that have been affected by the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Millions of dollars have been allocated to assist those countries that have been affected by Beryl. I know for St. Kitts and Nevis, we have assisted, I think, in sending tarpaulins and water, and other items are still in the process of being shipped or transported to those islands that have been affected. But I really love to see the region coming together in times of crisis, in times of emergencies, and how we stand and support each other. And that is really, really important. It shows that there is a level of solidarity, there is a level of friendship and trust among our Caribbean brothers and sisters. After all, we are a Caribbean community. And it is really important when we can come together in times of crisis, in times of devastation and destruction, and to show that we are a resilient people. We know the challenges that we face with climate change, and it is one such thing that people, unfortunately today, do not take very serious until things begin to get out of control. It is something that we take for granted. I know each year a number of conferences and sessions and forums are held to address the climate change issue and how it is impacting small island developing states, and small island developing states calling on those larger countries, those countries that contribute more to the greenhouse gas emissions. They continue to call on them to do their part in reducing that footprint, reducing their contribution, reducing their contribution to the greenhouse gas emissions. And it's really sad that the small countries that don't really contribute much to the greenhouse gas emissions are the ones that have to bear the brunt and have to deal with the consequences of the stronger storms, the stronger hurricanes, and other forms of natural disasters that continue to affect the Caribbean region. But I long for a time when people begin to take our climate very serious and realize that we have to act now. And Beryl is a sign that this hurricane season is expected to be very active. Storms are getting stronger and stronger, and Caribbean governments and disaster management agencies continue to plead with citizens and residents of the various Caribbean islands to be prepared. Do not wait until a hurricane is upon your door, knocking on your door, to say that you are going to get ready or prepare for the storm. Let preparation start now, and so in the event of a hurricane or a natural disaster, you can bounce back and you can show your resilience. But if you do not prepare, then you are most vulnerable. And then it is harder for people to assist you because of the situation that you are in. You're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me in the program for today. It is 11:12. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge. Stay tuned.
Specials at Domino's are hot, hot, hot for any occasion. Hot right out of the oven. 1 medium, 2 topping pizza, and 2 20-ounce Cokes, only $35. Free Coke with your lunch until 2 p.m. Small, 1 topping school child lunch special, only $14. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $69. 2 large, 2 topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $92. Oh, and the big one, baby. Free large pizza every Tuesday with your favorite 2 for Tuesday special. So, come on down or call and order now and experience our tasty oven-baked goodness. Domino's, the home of satisfaction.
For hot and wild, call Domino's.
Hello and welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on the program for today, Friday, July 12, 2024. The phone lines are open and we are taking your calls at 465-2555. We'll take our first call for this morning. Hello, caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Okay, Devon. Good morning.
How are you doing?
Okay, I'm good, man.
All right.
You sound like you're good.
I am doing well.
Oh.
Happy to be alive.
You doing well?
I am.
Give me some of the water, man.
You don't have water in your area?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got mine in a reservoir, but you one in a well. So I'm going to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, let me start here. Now, there is a company in St. Kitts, and 2 employees told me that they send in the retirement information to the CEO. So they retired last year, December. And they told them that they're going to get their redundancy money in January. Well, up to now, nothing come, and this is July. And they went to the Labor Department. They carry the documents them there. And then the Labor Department tell them, okay, they're going to see how far they could go and get this year done. Labor Department tell them, okay, give them until February. Up to now, nothing doing. So, leave the one day now, waiting to hear the result. But now, here's something else now. Once a person is born in a country, they are a citizen of that country. And you get citizenship by many other ways. Now, here in St. Kitts, we have a lot of different people who get citizenship by way of passport. I'm talking about the Chinese, just one out of the many. Now the Chinese come here years ago and they put up business. And they put up business competing with the locals, the mom and pops them. Nothing is wrong with that. But they're overdoing it. And I think whichever administration notice it, they should have put a cap on how many restaurants, supermarket you can open in this little country, because we have a lot of local got the shops and they can't get the thing themselves because of them they aren't selling.
But overdoing it in what sense?
You mean every village they want to put on 2 supermarkets. No.
Well,
many times you look at things.
How do you think?
Yes,
how do you think the Chinese are able to open a business after business after business? Don't you think it's a case where the same locals are supporting the Chinese.
Well,
Because
I
there are
tell you
people
why.
who would tell you straight up that they would prefer to go buy a Chinese to buy a bottle of Coke than to go down by Mary shop because they probably grudge Mary for
Well,
whatever reason.
Look, that is one. And then you got something named underselling. Everybody want the best for the cheapest. So, and that's what a lot of things happen. A lot of that happening around here with the Chinese.
True, but you make a very good point there, but let me show you something. I was of that impression, right? That generally the Chinese more affordable because they sell things cheap. That ain't really the truth, you know. When you go and you look at some of the prices in the Chinese, you compare it to other supermarkets, boy,
You know?
you wouldn't believe.
You know why?
Yeah.
The Chinese them getting subsidy from China. And so therefore they can afford to do that. But what I'm looking at, the main point is, a lot of times you buy certain things and you see it marked made in China. Well, why can't they come here and utilize some of those empty shell buildings of industrial site and set up factories that can make things here and teach the locals and to make and repair things, certain things that we cannot do here. Rather than coming and competing with the food. That should be done. But you see, a lot of politicians, they tell us out here what sounds sweet and nice in our ear, and they know definitely it is difficult to do when they get in office. And so when they get into office, the issues that they're supposed to debate in India, they put that aside and they focus on personality in India with one another, cussing and abusing. And if they had gone in India and look at it, how the locals are getting pushback, I mean, because of many reasons why we are getting pushback with them Chinese, things would have been different. Because what the Chinese them doing, they look where the population is big, and they go there and they get whatever they get to rent, and they open up, and then they squeeze up mama and papa shop, and everybody go and buy the Chinese. But many reasons, like me and you agree with it, why that's happening. So, I need them to look. They need to look at it. Oh, look at it. We're talking about agriculture, yes. Why can't they teach? They come here and open factories to make cartoons and boxes to the farmers them to put in the cabbage, the lettuce, the tomatoes, and the oranges and whatnot, like how they do it in America. And then the farmers them products will look more presentable for the market. You can't have a farming and you don't have the right container to put in your products. Wrap them up in a piece of paper and go and think it doesn't look good. They could open factories and make boxes, make many things, but they ain't in that. That's my idea. They need to do that, open factories and make those things to help the farming.
All right, caller. Thank you so much.
Devonne.
Thank you so much for your contribution. We have another caller. Hello, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Devon.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. If I complain, I'll be ungrateful.
All right.
It's okay to talk about what's happening with the Chinese, but it's not entirely the Chinese fault. We have to understand that there's business, local business and international business, and there's a process. The Chinese just cannot come here and open a shop and start to sell. There has to be something agreed upon with them, right? And while we complain about the Chinese, they are also of a different culture compared to we, right? I would say this respectfully. The problem here, we love to face too many handouts and give away of stuff, and that is a bad precedent there. However, the Chinese themselves has done many things for Thanksgiving, because even though we're talking about China, Taiwan, right, and Taiwan give us it and Taiwan give us that, we won't hear him say that China give us it, but once Taiwan give us, China give us, right? I think that a lot of people is not properly educated to this process and this system of what's going on, so they would see it like that, and they rightfully could think so, because they don't know, they don't know, right? But the Chinese really is not responsible for all of it. Devonne, a stranger can only find themselves, right, in your front room if you invite them, other than breaking in. And if they're breaking in, go in your front room, they're going to take a one and go. But once they reach your front room to sit down and be served,
you invite
them in.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it's somewhat unfair to them, really, because there's a process that brought them here. They just didn't come. Right? And while we could say Chinese this, we should look at the fact that how much Taiwan has given us too. So it's a kind of first. China may not give us certain things, but the Taiwanese give us all the time and continue to give us.
Right.
From the 1980s until now. Right, and they are part and parcel of that same Taiwan Chinese system. So we got to really try and check the balance. Yes, they should try and do a little better in the smaller version of it in terms of the supermarket and this that, right? But still, though, you can still get certain things that of good quality that is sold in other supermarkets at the Chinese cheaper. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a domestic shopaholic. I go around shopping domestically, and I know that. Right. So it ain't really all that fair to be bashing them like that. You know, we have to look at what it is, because the play field may not be leveled, because I don't think it's our government subsidizes them, right? That's how China do it. They send their people out to invest and, spread their wings, right? But if we are to if we only support more locally, then we won't have to be crying about the Chinese, because as the numbers locally is way bigger than the Chinese, but we don't support locally, right? But I hope some people understand that.
Yeah, you've made a really great point there. Thank you so much. Let's take this other call. All right, caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Devonne.
Good morning. How you doing?
Devonne, what the China is doing, we as black people here, St. Kitts Nevis, could have done the same thing. But you see what happened? That we don't like support one another. We like to bring down one another, humiliate one another. When you see one another doing business, you're trying to discourage him. You come trust the only thing. You can't go in the church, you go trust nothing, because they ain't gonna trust you. And if we as black people help one another, Devon, what going on with China? China would not be here. We talk about China coming in and China this and China that, Because we started first from the man pop shop. Back in the 70s, China was here. Back in the early 80s, no China was here. You understand? Is we local shop used to take, and if government, we did lend our local people money to do what the China them is doing. We will not have to bring in China about, because right now, somebody is Chinese, we're coming in here, using our money in our bank, taking loan from our bank here,
Yeah, but
because I hear one of them say so. I hear one of them say he don't take a loan here, he don't go to China, but take a loan.
Yeah, but something you said though, we have in both St. Kitts and Nevis, and I believe other Caribbean islands, right? A small business development unit. I think in the Ministry of Finance or whatever ministry they put it in. But we have a small business development unit, right? Where they give loans to small businesses, I know that for a fact. So you could get a loan from the small business development unit, or their banks would provide loans to small businesses. The issue with the loans is that those businesses must be able to show to that financial institution that they can pay back the loan. If they can't, they won't get the money.
Not to cut you off. They give loan to the wrong set of people. Some people don't have much interest in doing business. Some people just want the money to use to do whatever they got to do. You understand? If I know people who doing a little small business now still years. Advances themselves without government give them loan or they take loan from people. Where little they get, they tell them, they advance themselves, they do what they got to do, and then they're doing the business, they'll build house out of the business, do all kind of things out of the business, send the children college out of the business, right here in St. Kitts, without taking a loan from no development bank or nobody. I know I could call them, but I don't want to call the name.
All right, caller.
You understand? All right then.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. We have some more callers on the line, so we'll take these calls. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Morning.
Good morning.
Tatum here. Mark Tatum. Yeah. Chinese have been here for a long time. Our doctor when we was growing up was Dr. Zhang, and Dr. Zhang children established businesses. So I don't know what Mr. Politics is. I learned a lot from the Chinese. I do craft, and
You have to turn.
Came in, I learned.
Sorry, caller, could you turn on your radio, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting some feedback here.
I learned a lot of their skills. Their skills and so on. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Chinese been here a long time. Our doctor, when we was going at when we were small, was Dr. Zhang.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
Dr.
right.
Zhang children did businesses.
All right, caller,
The
thank you.
Chinese I like the Chinese.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution to the program. It's 11:27. Let's take one more call, and we will take a break. Hello, caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Devonne. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. And yourself?
I'm waiting to go to China.
You want to go China?
Why not? If they could come, I could go. I love to travel, you know.
Well, you done buy the ticket?
Watch me. I depending on you, you know, say, look, I can treat this old lady, you know what I mean?
Me?
As part of my national duty.
Well, I don't think you're going.
You don't put poverty on yourself. If I tell you that work, if you can't see yourself going to China with your own money. Tell ZIZ give you all a raise, man. I used to read the estimate and say, well, give me
All right, okay.
They're working what they're working for.
Okay.
Working for national service.
All right.
Now let me get to the issue. It's not a matter of China and Chinese, it's a matter of us.
Mm-hmm.
We have no proper investment policy. Many or most countries decide in what areas of the economy they will allow foreign investors. They don't just come and do as they like. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We have had the experience, the Syrians, the Lebanese, the Indians, when they come, they all go into the retail sector, mercantiling, right? We did not need more of them. We did not. Look at it. Our manufacturing sector has more or less collapsed. When you go to look for investors, you let them know where you want investment.
Mm-hmm.
So bringing the Chinese here, they have not done anything. They've done the country a disservice. I challenge Dr. Douglas about it. He's the one responsible for the demise of the local economy.
Who's that?
Dr. Denzel Douglas.
Okay.
When what he tell me, he said, them they are foreigners, they are citizens. When they come in, when they buy the passport or whatever, you let them know, because I'm sure some of them will have preferred. Because their sales can be great, saying the economy is small. And even if they have a lot of small businesses, they're not making much. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
There are other things that they're good at. They come in to sell, and next thing you know, they overtake the air conditioning business. They get a thing for it. A lot of the other local businesses they killed by undercutting because they could afford to undercut. So we should be blaming ourselves. And then again, some of us, we lack vision. Because you have a business place, a small shop, and you're going to sell it or rent it to somebody who's going to undercut the rest shops in the area. We are to blame. Our leaders are blind, short-sighted. Whenever they go out, look for something that will add, that will provide employment. They bring their own people here under all kind of pretense that they're not relatives. You go up Newtown, they're in every shop. They don't even have a cashier who is from here. So
Some of them do.
Some of us saying, nothing against the Chinese, all I say, our leaders, they don't understand economics, nor politics. Because what you actually have is two warring factions, Some people think that all Chinese are Taiwanese. That's not true. You know that, right?
I know that, yes.
Some people don't know. The shopkeepers are from mainland China. And we don't even have diplomatic relation with them. If China decides to invade Taiwan, you don't think that thing can reach down here? They may not fight a war, but they might seek to undermine or destroy each other. So we don't really understand. I mean, one by one, we are the ones. We go out there, we're looking. We say, we're looking for investment. What kind are you really looking for? Taiwan has all kind of They make chips. They make, you understand? They're going to Japan and South Korea and setting up factories. Our women on the industrial side were making parts for airplanes, you know. Do you know that?
I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know that? They were making parts for war. Electrofiber, you know, because I used to go to them. They were making sophisticated parts, assembling them. So our people are not ignorant or backward. So rather than bringing in shopkeepers, because there's only so much goods you could buy.
All right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Our leaders are, they lack understanding as to what it is we want. We don't want cheaper goods. We want an opportunity to earn so we could buy anywhere. All right then.
All right, Carla, thank you. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge for Friday, July 12th. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
I ain't got no hurricane safety tips now. Well, Skellek got, and together we can weather the storm. So, check this. Prepare for power outages. Charge devices before a storm strikes. Develop a plan in the event that electricity goes. Learn where and how to shut off your home's electricity. Ensure that there are no trees in the lines near you. If you are experiencing low voltage, turn off the main switch in your home. Do not touch wet appliances. You feel only Nima can give safety tips? Well, Skellek can too. So be sure to stay tuned to Skellek's Facebook page and website for updates about the outages and restoration. For emergencies, our contact numbers are 465-2013, 661-2013, and 600. I repeat, 465-2013, 661-2013, and 600. Remember, with Skellek's hurricane safety tips, together we can weather the storm.
Reliable and responsible. Skellek is here for you. Powering our community.
It's 11:34 and you are listening to The Edge in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne, Cornelius, your host, and thank you for joining me on the program for today. The phone lines remain open, so you can call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. Great conversation that we are having. It's most of an open discussion, and so I'm allowing you, the callers, to call in and make your contribution towards a discussion at hand on matters of national importance and perhaps things across the region that relate to us here in St. Kitts and Nevis. It is the end of the week, and wanting to wish you a very pleasant and restful weekend. I hope you get the chance to rest. Some of you have been working extremely hard for the entirety of the week, and you've been going since Monday. So you're off tomorrow, you're off on Sunday, man. Take some time and relax yourself. The work has to wait on you. Because if you dead and gone, somebody is going to do it. You understand? So take the time and relax and catch a break. Take it easy. Sometimes I think we get so caught up with the rush of the world that we forget to stop and take a break. You know, drink some water. We forget to drink water. We forget to sleep. Sleep is a big thing that people ain't doing anymore. We forget to eat breakfast. We forget to eat lunch. We forget to have a proper meal. And so we basically running on fumes. I know I'm talking to somebody out there. Stop and drink some water and take it easy. You're listening to The Edge for Friday, July 12th. The phone lines are open. I want to hear from you, the listeners. Call in and lend your voice to the conversation at hand. We have a caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, good morning again, Devon. Good morning to all your listeners at home and abroad. I forgot my manners, so I had to make sure I bring it back. Now, are we really learning anything from all of these disasters that we have?
It's a great question.
Yeah, I mean, we know that when it comes, it destroys a lot of the infrastructure. Why not start to check and fix before?
Right.
We like to, maybe we look in aid. You go to the villages, you go to the streets, you see the condition of some of the houses. You know they can't take nothing. And some of them are elderly, maybe disabled like me. You understand? You have all of these people on step. They should be engaged in doing some repairs, maybe minor repairs on some of the homes. In terms of the cleaning the drainway. Like in Jamaica. They said they were cleaning or whatever. But you know what the case is? The water was not able to get out, so you have a lot of flooding. You have Bass, I live in Bass here in Newtown. My area is called Pansite. Have they checked to see that the water could get out? You have that Newtown seawall that is deteriorating. Government after government, I keep bringing it up. The other day, a little piece of Beryl Pass outside, you know. And the sea was in the road with all the sand. Year after year.
So we know these.
Why not extend the seawall up to the fisheries?
So we know these things, but we take them for granted. It's a high level of complacency.
Because I mean, look, we know you couldn't drive by the market. You remember that the apartments down by the bay was sinking.
The apartment
by the garden, you don't know that.
Where's that?
On the Bay Road, going up by the memorial.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
the sea had damaged the thing and come over into the road and was undermining the building. So they put up a piece of wall to prevent the sea from coming back up again. Why not extend the wall? Because all along the sea coast, they're exposed. I don't know why we don't think, you know. We have all kind of big stone over at Keys. Start to move some of those stones into some of these areas to break the force of the wind.
But each year we talk about hurricane preparedness, like NEMA and other agencies, they talk about hurricane preparedness. So you're asking, what is the hurricane preparedness like? Are we just stacking up on food? Or we are checking, as you suggested, drainage and the sea wall and checking to see the structural integrity of different buildings and homes. That's what you're looking for.
Even government buildings, you got these schools that they won't maintain. Go knock extra nail in the roof. Or like Newtown School. You see water that's coming to the pasture, you know. I don't know who gave them the idea to make the Newtown Community Center a hurricane shelter. You see that up on the pasture there. Not only that, if you live where I live, how will you get to it? I've been asking the question for years, you know. Because you can't cross down to go down into George Street. You can't cross over to get into Pan's pasture. How are you going to get to it?
All right.
You know, sometimes I pray hard, you know?
Yes.
But we need to be serious, so we run in to give other people. The other day when they gave the tarpaulin, I said, we crazy. Better we give them the money, let them buy it. We are assuming we're not going to get any hit, you know. 150 tarpaulin you give out. When they got some people who roof, they fix what, 2,500, they say? You don't think I next 2,500 you want doing? Rather than give the people the goods that we need, give them the money, because the money is there. Let them buy what they want. Okay. So Mr. Nima.
I don't know about that, but all right.
But you understand what I'm saying, right?
I hear you. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
This is the first one. Are you giving them the tarpaulin then?
You assume they gave away all.
Let them buy, so we have ours in case the next one decide to come sink it.
You're assuming that they gave away all the tarpaulins. You think they did that?
What you say?
You assume that they gave away all the tarpaulins. That's what
I didn't say they give away. I said they give 150. They say that's a lot, you know. They said they give 150.
No, I don't understand that either about giving them money.
I said give them the money to buy the things.
No, you think it is it makes sense when a country has been devastated for you to just be sending money. You send
For
what
them
they
to buy
need.
what they want. Because you may give them what they already have because other people going to be donating.
Hold on. If you have the tarpaulins, why you don't just send them? Why you going to send money?
And yes, and when the hurricane
Because they
come
have
and
to go and buy them
we're
and
going
still
to
wait
send
the
that for
extra
them.
time. All right. Okay.
We do it, you know, like goat, you know, they say goat say whenever son had I gonna build a house. And it's when the rain start to fall, it start to talk about your house.
Okay. All right, caller.
We need better planning in this country. All right, then.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution. I don't know about the giving the money thing, but okay. Hello, good morning. You're on the air.
Where want some? Devonne?
Hey, yes.
1960s, we had a company came here to do some investment. And they were making television, and hundreds of our local people were employed here, and they learned to fix TV, make parts, and everything. A lot of technicians come out of that investment of that company called Curtis Mattis. So I could talk about investment. They did not come here and set up certain things, like how happening. And I could tell you one thing, they wanted to buy the whole piece of land up there where they had the thing. Mr. Robert Llewellyn brought to tell them, hello, no, the land belongs to us here. You could put down your building. When you're ready to leave, you take up your steel beam and you go. And when they get enough out of us here, then they move and they went. And what Miss Henry said before, there was a company up on the pasture up there investing. They used to make parts that they use in the shuttle place. So they could come here and teach us to make things like I said before, and I'm not going to repeat. Mr. Richard Kane, my best friend who dead and gone, he always used to say the same thing. We can learn too. We brains are very light. We're not talent or nothing. What? We are determined to learn, and we do learn. Thank you, Devon.
All right, God, thank you for your contribution to the program. You've been listening to the Edge. We have a call on the line. We'll take a final call for the morning. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, Devon, again.
Yes.
Devon, we ain't got to learn from the Chinese. We could develop with one thing ourselves. The Jamaican, the Guyanese, and different people, black people come from different countries and develop their own thing and doing well in the business. Look at the Jamaican class by Buckley's. Look at what he's doing. You understand? And still he got a next business in the country again. We ain't got to debate. We ain't got to learn from the Chinese. Back in the 70s, Devon, each and every one feed the children, send the children to college out of the little mom and pop shop. What learn from what? We plant with food. We grow with food. We got to let the Chinese not come down to go tobacco. Back in them time we had to have tobacco. I see the Chinese them planting tobacco here now and selling them tobacco. They call it brown. Eh? Our people need to get independent for themselves and not independent for the Chinese. Suppose we can't get no investors at all here. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Just wait and depend. You know, say, what's going on in this one part of the world now? Wow. We got to depend on ourselves. Me say that if we can't bring in a couple investors and they invest and do whatever they got to do. But we got to empower our people too. Teach our people in business, in Chapano, and whatever. All right, then, Devon.
All right, caller, thank you so much for joining me in the program for today. It is 11:46, and we're going to have to bring this program to a close to make way for the midday newscast. Until next time, you guys, stay safe and continue to enjoy the rest of your Friday. It's the end of the week. Take care. You guys have a good time. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Take your time. I want to say something quickly before we go. This morning when I jumped out the bus, right? The bus stopped there by the crossing to the foot of the road down by the cemetery. And as I'm about to step to go on the crossing, a vehicle fly up. I got cold. Mind you, the bus stopped. The busman put out his hand to say, look, somebody's going to pass. And that vehicle passed with a speed, and I saw my life flash before my eyes. Man, y'all take your time on the road, man. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.